All right, dear friends on Facebook, we are here with you. I'm just talking on the computers, okay? All right. So I'm in Jagannat Puri, and we've just successfully managed to connect with Facebook. And now we're trying to connect also again onto the Instagram and YouTube. Let's see what we can manage to do. There's a button that says go live, but oh, I've been given a garland by our dear Maharaj here. I appreciate it. Dandavat. All right, I hope we're still up and running. Okay, go live. So those of you who have joined us on Facebook, please excuse a little bit of distraction at the beginning because we're trying to get everything to run perfectly. At the same time, I'm getting incoming calls on Skype, and what we're trying to do here is to also connect on Facebook and Instagram. I was successful a few minutes ago, but it cut out after a few seconds. We're using mobile internet. However, for those of you who are with us, we're in Jagannat Puri. I'm actually sitting under a whole bank of transmitting towers, so you can say mobile phone towers. So we're hoping for a good result. All right. So again, it's cut out on Lula. Sorry about that. I'll stay on our live broadcast here on Facebook, and just to let you know that we're in a very beautiful place, this time broadcasting from Jagadananda Pandit's Bhajan Kutir here in Jagannath Puri. And we are very close to Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Bhajan Kutir in his later years when he stayed here. We're very close to our own temple, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Math, extremely close to the Samadhi of Haridas Thakur. And we are here trying to do something good, means we're with different groups of devotees who are arriving after the Gaurapanima festivals in Navadip and in other places. And we have a beautiful flow of devotees, and we are visiting beautiful places. And by the grace of the Maharajas, the Pandits in the different temples, and we're getting, of course, lots of wonderful hospitality and seeing Vaishnava etiquette from those who are born in this community. So, following Vaishnava etiquette, please, obeisances to all of the devotees, senior, junior, old, new, the devotees who have been, the devotees who are yet to be. We sometimes say this combination of lines and verses from Chaitanya Bhagavat is Sakala Vaishnava Pade More Namaskar Ite Kichu Aparada Nahuka Ama. This combination of lines from the Chaitanya Bhagavat is saying we want to give our obeisances. We want to give our obeisances to the we want to give our obeisances to all Vaishnavas, past, present, and future, to the feet of them all, that they don't take our offense and they do give us their gracious glance. So I'm here in Puri, and we have been visiting, of course, Lord Jagannath's temple. For us, we're not allowed within the temple due to the rules and regulations which were active in the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we are very happy at least to have the opportunity to be here to give our obeisances to the chakra on the top of the temple, and also to read some part of Chaitanya Bhagavat, which was given as an excerpt by Srila Bhaktisudhir Goswami Maharaj when he knew that we were here. And if I can just bring it up immediately, let me see if I can give you this. It's a short reading. I'm happy to read this to you. It's from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, and it's about Mahaprabhu's arrival here in Jagannath Puri. So bear with me, it's a short reading, but very wonderful. So as soon as the Lord saw the flag on the top of the temple, he floated in an ocean of happiness. The Lord's loud roaring was wonderful and beyond description. His entire body began to tremble, and he was unable to move. The Lord then continued on, constantly looking at the temple and reciting verses. Now hear carefully about Lord Gaurachandra's pastime of composing and reciting half of a verse. And this is from Chaitanya Bhagavat, Antyakanda, chapter 2. So this is starting in verse 409 for those of you that wish to find it. Prasadagre nivasita pura smera vaktrara vindo mamalokya smita suvardhano balagopala murtihi. Just look at the top of the temple, there in the form of a cowherd boy with his face resembling a fully blossomed lotus. Lord Sri Krishna is looking at me and smiling sweetly. In this way, the beauty of his face is increasing. Prabhu Bale. So Mahaprabhu said, Deka prasadera agramule hasina amare deki Shri Bala Gopale. The Lord said, just see at the top of the temple, Shri Bala Gopal is looking at me and smiling. Reciting this verse again and again, the Lord helplessly fell with great force to the ground. Even Ananta cannot describe the way he forcefully fell to the ground and the way he pathetically cried that day. When the Lord and his associates looked at the chakra on the top of the temple, they offered obeisances and recited that verse. In this way, the Lord exhibited ecstatic love of God while offering obeisances the entire way. That is why he is called the incarnation of love of God. No one other than Sri Chaitanya has the power to display such love. So a wonderful excerpt from Chaitanya Bhagavat, and a big reminder and a big inspiration for us who are here in Puri. Actually, on behalf of you, on behalf of all of you around the world, we are here in Puri to give our obeisances to Jagannath, to remember the Leela of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the mood of Mahaprabhu's coming to Puri, the mood of his ecstasy in union, in separation, throughout his entire life in Jagannath Puri and his Antya-Leela. So we are continuing in the parikrama mode for a few more days, and while in Puri, we have so many places of Mahaprabhu's pastimes, so many places of Jagannath's pastimes also. And here we don't have to drive anywhere. Everything is within a few meters of each other. We mentioned we've been in South India, or further south at least in India, and went to some of those places that Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, and our Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, and others have been to. But there's a lot of distance of driving, and in those days walking between those places. So we are feeling almost like a luxury that here in Jagannath Puri, some naughty boys just being chastised by their mother beside. I don't know if you can hear. Anyway, in Jagannath Puri here, we don't have, yes, Dandavat, Dandavat. Jai Vanchakaupatrubhischa Kripasinduvi Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. All right, we're just talking with some devotees around the world. Hare Krishna. So, I think Maharaj is inside. I think Abit, yes. So actually, I am at the gateway of Jagadananda's temple here in Puri. It's a beautiful morning. Every day is a beautiful morning in Puri. We had a morning program starting with Arati in our temple, and then we went down for the sunrise to the beach in the area where Haridas Thakur would have been bathed after his disappearance, bathed by Mahaprabhu, and the whole Leela of Mahaprabhu arranging the Samadhi, arranging the feast, even begging himself for the ingredients for the feast for Haridas Thakur's disappearance. In that region, that area of Puri, beach. We were this morning just a little bit earlier, and here we are now at the place of Jagannat Pandit. Jagannat Pandit, I think a lot of you know his nature. His nature was very much, he wanted the pleasure, the satisfaction of Mahaprabhu. He could not tolerate seeing Mahaprabhu in an uncomfortable situation. And so again and again, he tried to give some comfort to Mahaprabhu. Again and again, Mahaprabhu not accepting comfort, showing that like the perfect life of a sannyasi, indeed, the exemplary life of a sannyasi. Anyway, the mood of Jagadananda to Mahaprabhu, very amazing. And actually, you see, Jagadananda was with Mahaprabhu almost constantly throughout all his time in Puri. Mahaprabhu would send him to Navadip, so sometimes he would go, for a short while, he would go to Navadip to take news to Sachimata. And once he went to Vrindavan, and there is all this Leela, you can read it, it's a bit long for us to say here, but once he went to Vrindavan, appealing to Mahaprabhu again and again, please give me permission to go, please give me permission to go. But then finally, when Mahaprabhu did give him permission, with some proviso also, some restriction, when he went to Vrindavan, then he also starts to think, why am I here? Why did I leave from Mahaprabhu's association? So there's many things involved in these pastimes. But after the disappearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagadananda Prabhu, he wrote only one book that we know of, or that I know of, and that one book is Prema Vivata. And that Prema Vivata, the last chapter of that book, is the glories of the holy name. And there, which may be very topical for the modern age, Dandavat, Dandavat, Hare Krishna. Very topical for the modern age, is so many references to curing disease, taking away worry, all the things, the troubles of this material world that sometimes are very obvious to us, and sometimes we think, oh, there's no troubles in this world, and they're in the background. But really, the last chapter of Jagannat Pandit's book, which is the Prema Vivata, called The Glories of the Holy Name. It is a very wonderful chapter for us all to take shelter of, and to understand how we really need to chant properly the holy name, learn the 10 offenses, do the opposite, and chant with sincerity and be happy. Dandavat, Dandavat. I'm very happy seeing your smiling Vaishnava faces. Anyway, I'm at a little bit of a thoroughfare in the temple. They're very kindly allowing me to use the internet. And why here? Well, because they're very kind, but also in our temple we have extremely bad internet. So for those of you who've been trying to get me in the temple, and to get others of our group who are in the temple, please excuse. For some reason that area is not well covered, but I'm actually sitting under a bank of mobile phone towers here, so we have a little better internet. Maybe I can show you those towers in a moment so you know. But anyhow, here we are. We want to give nourishment to everybody in what sense. Now, visiting the different places, really I think on behalf of not only service of the devotees here, service of Gurudev, that he wanted devotees will come and do parikrama here in a way as given to us by Guru Maharaj and Gurudev in a proper way in Puri. And this way we can render service here to the pilgrims who are here, but also we like to feel that in some way we are bringing Puri to you, or we are bringing you to Puri, and giving some representation for everyone in the world of the most magnanimous pastimes of Mahaprabhu, and the most magnanimous pastimes of Jagannath Dev also. And sadly, I'm not able to hand you Jagannath's special dispensation of mercy directly through the internet, which is the Mahaprasad of Jagannath. But in due course of time, through the Vaishnavas, this Mahaprasad is distributed throughout the world. We have a devotee here. Actually, he left this morning because he had to leave, and left this morning at 4:30 a.m., heading back to Australia. But Rupanuga Prabhu, He was so happy. I mean, really, how sweetly happy he was for the first time in his life to have a meal, means our lunch, of Mahaprasad of Lord Jagannath, arranged through the Pandus here in Puri. And really, I mean, it's so wonderful to see the joy in someone who, seeing that, eating, taking, respecting for the first time, like a meal of Jagannath Prasad. As you know, in the West, we often get a few grains maybe in our hand for breaking Ekadashi, and we have so much relish those few grains. But then here, rice, the different sabjis, the chutneys, everything which is there, which is really unique. I don't think there's a cookbook that I know of in the world which has these recipes, and even if it did, it won't be the same as that which has come off the altar of Lord Jagannath here. So Jagannath distributing his mercy in many ways, and especially through Mahaprasad. So this is a few minutes from me today, keeping in touch with you, and now I'm rejoining the group that have arrived from Ekachakra. I mean, our group, this group that's come from Ekachakra. They are having a little bit of a late breakfast and having a quiet morning after almost 24 hours of traveling. They traveled from Ekachakra to Calcutta, then on the overnight train down here to Puri. So the world is going on. Jagannath Puri is a wonderful place, and we see so many pilgrims, so many people coming. The Jagannath temple itself, lots and lots of pilgrims coming in day by day. And one thing which any of you have seen some recent photos from here posted by the devotees, then the government or the temple authorities, somebody has made a very nice arrangement. They're trying to make it much simpler for the pedestrians and the pilgrims in front of the Jagannath temple to come and have darshan of Patita Pavan Jagannath, the Jagannath deity, that everybody can have darshan of just inside the Shingha Dwara, the lion gate of Jagannath temple. And for the pilgrims who are coming and who will have darshan inside, they made an undercover area and a very organized area for them to keep up without burning in the sun, as it were, and also for them to leave their valuables. As in many places, so many things are allowed within the temple. So we're very happy to see progress for the convenience of the Vaishnavas. We're reminded how Gurudev would say always, first we give our service for the Vaishnavas and then for the Lord. In the context of when he would develop the ashrams, the temples, in general he would make the accommodation first and then develop the temple for the deities. And we have different examples of this. So to serve the Vaishnavas, to help the pilgrims who come, this is very valuable. And Jagannath must be pleased, we can say. And at least we can say the pilgrims are certainly pleased too. All right. So with my obeisances from Puri, and we'll meet again in a few days' time. While we're still here, I think, we'll try to arrange another meeting over not Skype, but Facebook. We seem to have a bit of bad luck keeping the other YouTube channel and Instagram alive. And it may be simply a matter that through the mobile, it might not have enough bandwidth, I don't know. But really, I'm under a bank of mobile phone towers. So hopefully that this Facebook broadcast can be put onto those other two accounts for people to see. All right, my repeated obeisances and affectionate embraces to all the Vaishnavas in all corners of the world, and that I know about, that we go to, and that I don't know about, because everywhere we go, we also find devotees who are quietly but sincerely going on with their seva year after year, so happily in their own environments. And so to you all, please know that we've got a wonderful family around the world. Everyone is chanting the holy names of the Lord, giving respect and following the process of humility, tolerance, and giving honor to others that Srila Govinda Maharaj stressed so much. This is our family. We are all trying to do that. And when we try together, let us hope we can be successful together. Vanchakaupatarubhyascha kripa sindhuvi evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.